You crawl out of your mother's pouch, somewhere in the rainforests of Papua New Guinea. Your eyes are sealed shut and you can't see anything around you, but your front claws are already sharp and ready. You dig them into her thick fur and pull yourself upward, dragging your body across her belly one grip at a time. Her fur is matted and dense, so your claws catch easily with each pull. You reach the edge of the pouch and keep climbing, moving past it toward her chest. Then you slip. Your back legs lose their grip and swing out into open air, leaving you hanging by just your front claws. You're dangling above nothing, and your mother doesn't move to help. She's sitting on a thick branch high above the forest floor, and you're barely holding onto her side. You kick your back legs, trying to find something solid, but there's only air, so you pull harder with your front claws, dragging yourself back up against her fur until your body is flat against her again. Your mother shifts her weight and leans forward, making you slide backward toward the pouch. You scramble to adjust, claws tearing at her fur as you fight to stay in place. But the angle is too steep, so you tumble back inside the pouch and land in a heap at the bottom. Skip forward 6 months, and your eyes are open now. Fur covers your entire body, thick and brown with lighter patches on your face. You poke your head out of the pouch and look around for the first time. The branches stretch in every direction, some as thick as your mother's body and others barely wider than your arm. You lean out further to see more, but you lean too far. Your weight tips you forward and you slide out of the pouch completely, falling through the air with your legs kicking. You twist mid-fall, and your claws catch a branch below. The impact shakes your whole body and your grip almost fails, but your claws hold. You're hanging alone now, 3 branches below your mother. You're 6 months old now, and your mother is 3 branches above you chewing on leaves. You're hungry, so you need to climb back up to her. You dig your claws into the bark and pull yourself upward, moving one grip at a time. The bark is rough and thick, so your claws hold easily with each pull. You reach the branch she's on and move toward her, but she doesn't stop chewing or look at you. You press your nose against her side and she shifts away, so you follow her along the branch until she stops moving. Then she reaches up and tears a cluster of leaves from a vine hanging above her. She chews them slowly with her mouth working side to side, so you reach up and grab a leaf from the same vine. You pull it toward your mouth and bite down. The leaf is tough and bitter, nothing like the milk you've been drinking, but you chew it anyway and swallow. Your mother tears off another cluster and keeps eating, so you do the same. A few hours later, she starts moving. She walks along the branch toward a different tree, so you follow close behind her. The branch bends slightly under her weight, making you slow down. Then she reaches the end of the branch and jumps. She lands on a thick branch in the next tree and keeps walking without stopping. You're still on the first branch, watching her move away. You need to follow her, so you move to the edge where she jumped from. The gap between the trees is wider than your body, and the branch she landed on is below you. You crouch low and push off with your back legs, jumping forward. You're in the air for a moment, then your front claws hit the branch and dig in. But your back legs miss completely and swing down below the branch, leaving you hanging by just your front claws again. You kick your back legs up, trying to get them onto the branch, but they keep slipping off the sides. So you pull harder with your front claws, dragging your whole body up until your chest is flat against the branch. Then you hook one back leg over the top and pull yourself the rest of the way up. Your mother is already several branches ahead, moving through the trees like the gaps don't exist. Skip forward a bit and you're 9 months old. Your mother stopped coming back to the same sleeping tree 3 days ago, so you haven't seen her since then. You're alone now, moving through the branches looking for the trees with fruit that she showed you before she left. You remember one tree in particular with small red berries growing in clusters near the top, so you head in that direction. You reach the tree and start climbing toward the berries. The branches here are thinner than the ones you're used to, so they bend more under your weight. You move slowly, testing each branch before putting your full weight on it. Then you reach for a cluster of berries and start pulling them off one at a time, eating them as fast as you can grab them. That's when something heavy drops from the branches above you. It lands on the same branch you're on, just 2 meters away. It's a python, thick as your leg and twice as long as your entire body. Its head turns toward you and its tongue flicks out, so you jerk backward and almost lose your grip. The python starts moving toward you, sliding along the branch with its body coiling and uncoiling in smooth waves. You need to get away, so you turn and jump to the next branch down. You land hard and your claws dig in, but the branch is thin and bends sharply under the impact. The python follows right behind you, dropping onto the same branch and making it bend even more. You scramble forward and jump again, this time to a branch in the next tree over. You land on it and keep climbing, going up instead of down because the branches are getting thicker the higher you go. But the python is faster than you. It moves through the branches like water, weaving between them without ever losing speed. You reach a section where the branches are so thin they can barely hold your weight, so you stop climbing and grip the branch as tight as you can. The python reaches the thicker branches below you and stops. It's too heavy to follow you this high, so it coils around a branch and stays there, watching you with its head raised. You stay where you are for hours, claws locked onto the thin branch. The python doesn't move, just waits below you. Then, after a long time, it finally uncoils and slides away into the thicker branches, disappearing from sight. You wait a bit longer to make sure it's really gone. Then you start climbing back down. That's the first time something has actually hunted you. You're 1.5 years old now, and you've been moving through the same 3 trees for weeks. These trees are yours because you marked them by rubbing your chest against the bark, leaving your scent behind. You do this every few days, following the same route through the branches and marking the same spots each time. Today, you're heading toward the tallest tree in your territory because it has fruit growing near the top. But when you get close, you see another tree kangaroo already there, eating the fruit you were planning to eat. It's smaller than you, so you keep climbing toward it instead of turning back. You make noise as you move, scraping your claws loudly against the bark so it knows you're coming. But it doesn't leave or even look at you. You need it to go away, so you climb onto the same branch it's on and move closer. It stops eating and turns to face you, then stands up on its back legs with its front claws ready. You do the same, balancing on your back legs so you're standing upright just like it is. You're both standing on the branch now, face to face with your claws raised. Then you lunge forward and swipe at its face with your front claws. It jerks its head back and dodges, then bites at your shoulder. Its teeth scrape through your fur but don't break the skin, so you twist sideways and kick with your back legs. Your feet hit its ribs hard and it stumbles backward, making the branch shake under both of you. The branch bends more as you both move, so you grab onto the trunk with your front claws to keep your balance. The other kangaroo does the same, but it's on the opposite side of the trunk now. You both start moving, circling around the trunk in opposite directions, trying to get to the better branches on the other side. But then it stops circling and drops down 2 levels to a lower branch, disappearing into the thicker branches below. You don't follow it down because you've already won. The fruit in this tree will only last another week, so after that you'll need to find more trees with food. And when you do, there will probably be other kangaroos there trying to eat the same thing. You're 2.5 years old when you pick up a scent you've never noticed before. It's coming from several trees away, sharp and different from anything else in the forest, so you start moving toward it. You leap between branches faster than usual, crossing gaps without slowing down to test them first. Your claws slip once on a wet branch, but you catch yourself and keep going. Then you find her, a female tree kangaroo, slightly smaller than you, eating leaves in a tall tree. You need to get closer to her, so you climb onto a lower branch and make soft clicking sounds with your tongue. She stops chewing and turns her head to look at you, watching as you move up to the branch she's on. You walk along the branch toward her, staying low and moving slowly. She doesn't run or climb away, so you reach out with your nose and touch her shoulder, but she swipes at your face with her claws extended, so you pull your head back just in time to avoid getting hit. You need to try a different way, so you circle around the trunk to come at her from the other side. You move carefully, keeping your body low against the branch. But when you get close again, she kicks out with her back legs and catches you hard in the chest. The force pushes you backward off the branch and you fall, grabbing for anything as you drop. Your claws catch a branch 2 meters below, and you hang there for a moment before pulling yourself back up. While you're recovering, another male appears from the branches above. He's larger than you and heavier, with scars across his face and shoulders. He moves straight toward the female without hesitation, climbing onto her branch and walking right up to her. She doesn't swipe at him or kick him away. Instead, she turns and starts moving along the branch, and he follows close behind her. They climb higher together, moving through the dense branches above until you can't see them anymore. You stay where you are on the lower branch, alone. You've grown bigger and stronger over the past year, but clearly not big enough yet. You're 3 years old when it starts raining and doesn't stop. It's been raining for 3 days straight now, and below you the forest floor has disappeared completely under brown water. Logs and broken branches float past between the trees, spinning slowly in the current. The water keeps rising, so you need to climb higher. You move up through the branches, going into sections of the trees you've never been to before. Other animals are up here too, because they had the same idea. A possum sits on a branch across from you. A lizard clings to the trunk just above your head, and a snake is coiled tight in a fork between 2 branches. You're hungry because most of the fruit and leaves you normally eat are below you now, underwater. You find some moss growing on the trunk, so you scrape it off with your teeth and swallow it, but it's not enough to fill your stomach. Then you see a cluster of leaves on a thin branch sticking out from the tree. You need to reach them, so you start climbing out onto the branch, but the branch is too thin and wet from all the rain, so it snaps clean off under your weight. You fall, grabbing frantically for anything you can reach. Your claws catch a vine hanging down from above, but the vine is slippery and your claws slide down it. You try to grip tighter, but the bark is tearing at your palms, making your grip weaker. Then you hit the water. You go under completely and the current grabs you, pulling you sideways and spinning you around. Your legs kick hard, but there's nothing solid to push against, so you just keep spinning. Your head comes back up above the water and you gasp. Then you see a tree ahead with its trunk half underwater. The current is pushing you straight toward it, so you paddle with your front legs, pulling yourself through the water. Your claws hit the trunk and dig into the bark. Then you haul yourself up out of the water with your back legs kicking. You climb up the trunk until you're well above the water. Then you stop and grip the bark as tight as you can. The current rushes past below you, and you're clinging to a tree you don't know in a part of the forest you've never been to before. The water is still rising. Skip forward to 4 years old, and you're the largest tree kangaroo in your territory now. You've fought 3 other males in the past year, and all of them left after you won. Two of them ran after the first few hits, and the third one fought longer but backed off. When you cornered him on a branch with nowhere to go, then you pick up that same scent again, the one you noticed a year ago. It's coming from the same area as before, so you head toward it. When you get there, you find her in the same fruiting tree, eating slowly with her mouth working side to side. She's the same female from last time, the one who kicked you off the branch. But this time you're bigger, heavier, and you have scars across your shoulders from all the fights. You need to approach this differently, so instead of going straight to her, you climb onto a branch several meters away from her. You start eating fruit from the same tree, pulling berries off the branches and chewing them while she watches you. You don't look at her or move toward her, you just keep eating. After a few minutes, she starts moving. She climbs along her branch toward yours, getting closer. She stops near you and leans forward, sniffing your shoulder. You stay completely still and let her do it. Then she turns and walks to a wider branch just below yours. You follow her down and start grooming her neck, running your tongue through her fur. She leans into it, so you keep going. After a while, she moves her body and positions herself on the branch, waiting. You move behind her and mount carefully, gripping her sides with your front legs. It's over in just a few minutes. She climbs away right after, moving to a different tree without looking back at you. You don't follow her because that's not how this works. She'll raise the joey by herself if it survives, and you won't see it or protect it or even know if it's born. That's her job, not yours. Your job is just to survive long enough to mate again with another female. You're 5 years old now, and you're moving through your territory like you've done hundreds of times before. The route is completely familiar because you've marked these same trees and branches for years. You know where the best fruit grows, which branches are strong enough to hold your weight, and where to sleep when you need to rest. Today, you're heading toward the tallest tree in your area because it has ripe fruit near the top. You climb up through the lower branches, moving steadily with your claws gripping the bark. The branches here are thick and stable, so you don't need to test them before putting your weight on them. You're about halfway up when you hear something above you. It's wings beating against the air, but you don't react right away because birds fly past overhead all the time. Then you look up and see it, a wedge-tailed eagle, massive and circling directly above the tree you're climbing. It's watching you, so you need to get to thicker cover where the branches are closer together. You start climbing faster, pulling yourself up toward a section where the branches overlap and create more protection. But you're too slow. The eagle stops circling and drops straight down with its wings tucked tight against its body, diving directly at you. You see it coming and try to jump to a different branch, but the eagle is faster. Its talons hit your back hard before you can leap, punching through your fur and into the muscle underneath. The force of the impact slams you against the branch and your claws lose their grip, so you start falling. The eagle falls with you, its wings spreading out to slow the descent while its talons stay locked into your back. You twist your body and try to bite at its legs, but you can't reach them. Your back claws kick at its chest, trying to push it off, but you can't get any leverage because you're still falling. Then the eagle's other foot strikes your head hard and everything goes blurry. You hit a thick branch on the way down and the impact breaks your spine, so your legs stop moving. The eagle lets go and you keep falling, tumbling through the smaller branches below until you hit the forest floor and stop moving. The eagle circles once above the trees, then drops down through the branches and lands beside your body. Above you, the branches are still moving with other tree kangaroos jumping between them. Life as a tree kangaroo might be rough, but there's another animal out there that has it way worse. Trust me, it's wild. Check out the video and see for yourself.